Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight, Robocop, which I hear is a classic. I've never seen it. I have done some research on the film. I know what happens in the film. I did read Starlog growing up in the 80s, so I know about it. I just never watched it. Bits and pieces on TV, but I've never really sat down to watch it. Tonight, Age Boomer, who said it's one of his favorite movies. And from across the pond, RetroReels from the UK. How are you, Retro?
Very well, thank you.
And you're a big Robocop fan, aren't you?
I am.
Now, it's funny. We were just talking about before the stream how you asked if it was one of the best '80s movies, but it's funny. Both RetroReels and I don't see this as an '80s movie, even though it is. It's, I guess maybe it has a kind of a timeless quality to it. I think because it was near. It was like showing us a future we thought could exist. It didn't seem mired in I guess 80s stuff, maybe a couple of the hairstyles that's in some scenes, but no, I mean, I think it holds up well now. It's weird. I think it still holds up even today.
Yeah.
Well, I hear...
didn't really follow fashions or anything. It was all pretty futuristic, wasn't it? So
yeah. It's
but at the same time, it feels dated a little bit, but still seems like it could be the future.
A little bit, but I even think there was like a proto-internet in this movie when he's searching the police databases in that one scene, and that's sort of like a that might be the first thing I saw anything like the internet in the movie, actually. But because I guess he's going through the whole computer systems from all around from all the police systems. So yeah, they did kind of have that in here, but interesting.
Let's welcome the chat real quick, and we'll start this film because I know it's late in Great Britain tonight. Team Ghost Planet says one of their favorite films. Seen all three. What about the TV show? What are our thoughts on the TV show?
I've never seen it.
Let's not forget that remake. Skirwingle says it's going to be 1:30 a.m. because he's in Great Britain, so he's going to be asleep. Thank you for leaving a comment. Catch the replay if you can. Big Al says he'd buy that for $1. I've heard that many times. I guess I'll see that in context tonight. RetroReels is multitasking, being on the show and in the chat. Good job. Zootopia, hello, how are you? And Gigawatt, hello, Gigawatt, how are you? We are watching in the director's cut, correct?
Yes.
And it's like one minute longer than the standard.
There's not a huge difference between them. It's mainly, I think, a slightly expanded cut of one scene and then like a wider shot of another. I mean, RetroReels may be more of an expert than I am on this, but yeah, I have seen both. I thought the theatrical cut was still pretty violent, even by itself, but they did force Verhoeven to cut down a couple scenes.
I heard it went through like 8 different submissions to the ratings board.
Fascinating.
So I wonder what the first submission was like.
I saw the remake. It's not that bad. I have not seen the remake, and I don't know that I will, because I just know it's not going to be as good as this.
It's totally different. It's got hints of the original story, but it's totally different.
I like Michael Keaton, but
it will never obviously replace the original, but it's still a good watch.
Well, let's dive into this and see what. Well, all y'all know what you think. So it's the first time for me.
All righty, I'm ready. I'm excited.
And so far, we got like 2 people against Big Al's review on the remake.
This is really a kind of a reaction video, right, Birdman? Because the first time you've actually really seen this all the way through. So
right.
All right. So.
All right, y'all ready?
Hold on, give me a minute. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Eric says he probably won't be able to make it.
All right, that's all right. We'll take you through it.
All right, y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. And who owns the rights to this film
line.
nowadays?
I always thought it. For some reason, I thought it was Sony, but I is it MGM? I guess that would be Amazon now.
They bought
Orion's,
the library of MGM.
Orion's not around anymore, are they?
No. It's funny. I had a student once who's told me that his dad had worked for Orion Pictures. I don't know in what, I forgot what in what capacity, but apparently his late father had worked for Orion Pictures.
I believe that's Dallas that it was filmed in.
Huh. We got the nightly news, and I see someone knocking over like a paper stand. Okay.
So I read on the internet, so it must be true, that Paul Verhoeven was influenced by Piet Mondororin's art. He uses stark black lines to separate his artwork, and he wanted to throw these commercials and news clips in to kind of help tone down the violence, he said.
Huh. I guess add a little bit of humor, I guess, right?
I mean, it tones down the violence. It just gives you a context of the world they're in.
Good point, because we have this, we're seeing the future, and now we have designer hearts. Of course,
it's just all about the commercialism of everything, I think.
Yamaha, you picked the heart.
It's obviously set in Detroit, which is the Motor City.
Yeah, big source of pride for the United States for a long time, but probably not so much at the time that this movie came out, and certainly not too much now. But
now, what roles has Ronnie Cox played where he hasn't been a horrible person?
Bogomil. Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah, Beverly Hills Cop.
That's right.
He was on Star Trek, a couple episodes of TNG.
Yeah, but no one really liked Captain Jericho, did they?
Deliverance.
Yeah, people have argued he was right and that Riker was wrong. Even if he's not likable, it doesn't matter. He was the one who was right in that story.
And he was in Deliverance.
Yeah, he's the third guy in Deliverance.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot about Deliverance. I love the reporter there. Good luck, Frank. And I'm like, shut up. It's so insincere. It's.
And Gigawatt brings up that this was filmed in Texas and not Detroit. True. I think he was
Dallas.
Or was it Dallas?
Dallas.
So many lines I love in this. You're a scumbag. Your client's a scumbag. And scumbags see the judge on Monday morning.
That's another scene of exposition where they just like money can get you out of everything.
Yeah. Here we got the. Hold on.
And this police sergeant is only one of two actors that appeared in all three movies.
Yeah. Welcome presence. You can tell he's been around the beat a while, has seen it all.
Three actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Three actors were in all three, weren't they?
Yeah, Lois was
Johnson and the captain.
Co-ed locker room, I guess another sign of the future, I guess. I don't know. That was like a predictor. Or maybe this is just where they suit up. I don't know.
Now the budget was 13.7 and the box office was 53.4. So that's a nice profit margin.
Yeah. So we just heard on the news how they were hoping Fredrickson would pull through. What happens? You see the next scene is these they're just kind of knocking his name off his locker, and Cecil's, and this has got to be really demoralizing to see this. Yeah, police officers don't strike because that would be terrifying.
Didn't they strike in the second one?
I'm not going to tell you what happened. Just keep watching.
I saw the second one.
I know you did. I know. Well, the second one begins right after this one, so maybe you can figure out what's going to happen then. Okay.
I only saw it once.
Okay. Get introduced to Nancy Allen.
She had to cut her hair 8 different times until Paul Verhoeven was happy with it.
Huh.
He said he didn't want her to look sexy.
Interesting. She starred in a lot of movies. Of course, she was in Carrie. That's what I think it's her first breakout role.
She was in Poltergeist as well, wasn't she? Poltergeist 3, was it?
Yes, she was. She was in Poltergeist 3.
A really good film she's in with John Travolta as Blowout. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen Blowout. In fact, I was trying to get caught up on all the De Palma movies I'd missed out on because I saw Body Double. Loved that. Dressed to Kill. She was in that, actually. She was in Dressed to Kill with John
Yeah, I was right.
Lithgow.
She was still sexy with short hair. Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, good-looking woman. But I guess he was trying to tone her down. I think too they didn't want to hint a romance happening between her and Murphy too. That's not really what.
Well, he's married, right?
About. He's married. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I keep wanting to say which scene is my favorite, and it's like all of them. It's everything. See, criminals take on many different shapes, and these are, in my opinion, the white-collar criminals. But oops.
And it's called OCP, right?
Oh, it stands for Omni Consumer Products.
And they're bad company, right?
Well, they're
just a company.
No, they're bad, but it's not in this movie. I don't know if it's as cut and dry as like in the later movies, but they're wanting to take over Detroit, and you could argue that they are, removing the funds for the police department, cutting out pensions and other things because they want their own private police force to police the city.
So it's like California?
Well, no. Well, anyway, they are the corporation. Really want to be the ones in charge of running the city, and I'm oversimplifying probably, but
the old man is it Dan?
Dan O'Hurley, yes.
Yeah, he was in Last Starfighter under all that makeup.
Oh, I didn't realize. That makes sense, though. Now,
let me go see what the dogs are. Hang on one second. I may have to clean something up. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. This is not the scene to miss. Okay, anyway. Well, I'll talk freely then. He was the villain in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, remember? He was
yes,
the one that ran the toy company. He's a good actor. He was on Twin Peaks. Great actor. I thought we got cheated in Robocop 3 because I was expecting him to be the main villain in part 3. I thought they were building to that, and well, I don't know if the actor didn't want to do it or if he passed away before the movie happened. I don't know.
No, it says there he passed away in 2005.
Okay, he just didn't want to do it.
He might have retired by then. He was 85 when he died.
Oh, well, that happens too, yeah. But
what years? Might have been in his early 70s for Robocop 3. Well, they did trim down the budget somewhat, so maybe that's why.
Now I know we think of things like the Predator, the Terminator, Alien, and I'm sorry, Ed 209 is pretty terrifying to me. This is
great stop motion work.
Yeah. In fact, they've argued really these movies and even Robocop 2, they're like, you saw how far stop motion had come before they really started moving over to CG. But
it
it's brilliant.
It so well.
Looks just like a robot. That's the thing. Stop motion, it jerks around like you would expect a robot to. So it's perfect. Yeah.
Actually, had a full size. This shot here is full size one actually in the room, and all the rest were done with stop motion.
Stop motion, yeah. I wonder if this one still exists somewhere. If it's in a Planet Hollywood somewhere, or you know, it's... Mr. Kenny.
Might have it somewhere. I mean, I remember he sold off bits of Kane recently. From 2.
I think so. Oh, Mr. Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot how old I was. What was I, 11, 12 when I saw this? It's like...
Yeah, I think I was.
Even in the R-rated version, it's still pretty nasty. It's
Well, the thing is, between the R-rated version and the director's cut is the level of absurdity in the director's cut actually made it have less of an impact.
Probably. I didn't think about that. You're right.
It just goes to show that they've got no idea the censors, you know.
Of course not, because it's so over the top here.
I mean, I've always argued with violence and stuff. Like, if, say you've got a scene where someone's being attacked and you can see they're in pain, that's worse than not showing pain. But to me, in my eyes, I think, you know, if you're showing this stuff to kids, they should see that violence has got consequences, and surely it's better.
Yeah.
To show pain and distress. You know, just take for instance the A-Team. They're just like shooting bullets left, right, and center, and everyone comes out with their hands up. It doesn't show you, you know, the causes of any of it. It's all fun and games, which I think I've got that completely the wrong way around.
Yeah, I agree. Because it doesn't show you. I mean, this is in some ways the modern curse of the PG-13 rating. You know, you don't see the bullets hitting, so it's you never really see what the consequences are for anything.
That's it, yeah.
And it's funny bringing up gore, though. I remember hearing that many people think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the goriest movie ever made, right? But they don't really show that much in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know.
It's all implied, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And I guess what your mind comes up with is worse than what the director would, yeah.
And that's the most effective way of doing it, isn't it?
Yep.
But like this is just designed as a satire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it was until they cut it to bits, and it just ended up making it more violent than it actually was.
Yeah. Well, at least we got the more restored cut finally, and I give Criterion credit, and I give credit actually that cut ended up on Blu-ray too, because sometimes this stuff doesn't get saved. I know that there was I know that Shout Scream Factory over here, maybe you got it in Europe, but they released they finally released the uncut version of My Bloody Valentine, which I know had been chopped to bits when it came out in theaters. But
have you seen the TV cut of this movie?
No. Is it on the Arrow Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It was on TV. I saw this for the first time, I think. But yeah, there's literally no swearing in it. It's all alternate. They'd done it wasn't like one of these badly dubbed ones. It was all they'd filmed all the alternate lines and stuff for it.
Oh, interesting. I was commenting the other week, Blind Fury. They did that in Blind Fury where they had alternative takes too. Oh, where is Birdman? Okay, I'm gonna kill him. This is like the best stuff. Okay, Claire, the Boddicker gang. I love the Boddicker gang. I don't know about you. Are you a big fan of the spaghetti westerns? Like Eastwood was in and stuff.
Yeah.
This gang reminds me of something out of a spaghetti western.
Yeah.
You even have one of the gang members doing his laughing as horrible stuff happens, and that was always kind of a staple in like a lot of those spaghetti westerns, and that's what this reminds me of. They remind me of the types of villains you'd see in a spaghetti western, and it's just they're just awful. Yeah, I was making a comment before that I kept thinking that Emil was Clarence's brother all these years, and then I realized, and then it was pointed out to me, no, that's not necessarily the case.
Everyone's cast so well in this, aren't they? There's no miscast, really.
Oh, I think the whole cast is great. I don't think there's anyone in this movie that doesn't work. even poor Kenny a few scenes ago, which I felt you probably could have gotten Paul Reiser to play that part too, but
yeah.
Crisis averted. I got him out in time. So.
Okay, well, you missed the Ed 209 scene, so you'll have to watch that later.
Okay.
We'll catch you up anyway. Boddicker. This is Murphy going after the Boddicker gang.
That guy's name's Clarence, right?
That's Clarence. This is a brutal. Can you fly, Bobby?
Yeah, that's. Oh, he's still alive, or?
I don't know if he's still alive. I always took it he died on impact. I don't know. He already had his legs shot up.
They just done a bank robbery and
burn
the fucking money.
Yeah, Bobby burned the money. And he says, I had to set the timers real quick. And then, of course, he gets shot in the legs. And they're like, you know what? We can just use him to knock the cop car out. It's just ridiculous. It's just... Oh. This movie moves at a fast clip. I don't think there's any wasted time in this movie.
That's the thing with the media breaks and everything. There's all the exposition is in there.
And
it doesn't have to be drawn out to explain things. You've got a lot of stuff all the groundwork's already laid with that.
That was perfect. I know he reused that method in Starship Troopers as well. I think it's a great way to fill the audience in without wasting a lot of their time. You know.
Now, Starship Troopers is kind of bloody as well, right?
Not to the degree of this.
No, it's more cartoonish, I would say, but it's still an R-rated movie. Yeah, but it's
got Keith Richards in it, though, right?
I think
yes, it does.
Learned with Starship Troopers, with the sensors and stuff, that the way that it's designed, it is done in a way that it couldn't be anything other than satire. Whereas this, you start cutting it down, and you lose that.
Mm-hmm. There goes Lois. I haven't talked too much about Peter Weller. Yeah, he was in Buckaroo Banzai. That's what I knew him from before this. But
they had thought about putting Arnold in this role.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it wouldn't have worked because I do like the fact that Peter Weller is kind of this everyman.
I think it was Arnold that wanted to play it more than they wanted him.
Interesting.
And that's how he had the relationship with Paul Verhoeven for
Total Recall.
Total Recall, yeah.
which is a great movie in its own right, and I'm glad he got to do that instead of this. But I think they said a big problem with having Arnold in this part too was that Arnold is already so big that they'd have to put the suit over that, and it'd just be too much, you know. So they picked a more.
It wouldn't have been able to be the same suit, and it would have been too similar to Terminator as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it was only 3 years after as well.
Oh, Clarence. What makes Clarence terrifying is he can crack jokes too before this horrible stuff happens. It's just
he's the dad in 70s show, right?
That 70s show, yes. 70s show.
Latest thing I saw him in was the Firestarter remake.
Was that any good?
It was all right. It wasn't great. It was an all right movie. It wasn't great. It didn't piss all over the first film like some do.
That's good.
Now, this got an Academy Award for Special Achievement, and it got a Saturn Award for Best Director.
Huh. Oh, it had to have been the first best science fiction movie that year, I would think. I mean, that's...
Same year as Predator, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, Predator's good too.
Oh, David needs a time code.
I have 21 minutes 53, 21, 54, 55, 56. Almost at the 22
slightly
mark.
Ahead of me. I'm on 54 now.
55, oh, okay.
56.
I guess I am ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a little bit kind of, yeah.
Now, it still happened in the R-rated version. I just know, was it more zoomed in or something when it happened? I don't know. It was, they did something.
Totally cut.
It was totally cut for some. Okay, that just goes to show I must have seen it in my head because I remember
the whole bit with the dummy before he shoots, like coming up in the where he's like in pain before he gets shot in the head. That wasn't in the regular cut. I don't think that arm was either. The arm dropping.
No, that wasn't. I do remember that. That was added for this. Yeah. I think I still saw it detached, but yeah, I didn't see it fall off. Yeah, it's just.
Definitely not a Disney movie.
No, not a Disney movie. See, I wasn't watching. I see. That's the funny thing. The vault was
here. This wasn't in it.
I did remember seeing the exit wound though. Maybe not the actual shot itself, but I remember seeing the. Because I know he did get shot in the head.
Which version is the Criterion edition of the film? Is that the theatrical or the director's cut?
Director's cut.
Director's cut.
Yeah, that's that was the original DVD release, or at least the original release of a special edition, where you get a commentary track by Paul Verhoeven on that version. I think it's on all the versions actually. Yeah, so. So what are you feeling right now, Birdman?
It's definitely violent.
I remember hating the Boddicker gang, but
well, I don't think I would invite them to my Christmas party.
They do have personality, though. I'll say that they. I was commenting while you were out. They reminded me of the types of bad guys that were at a that would be in an old spaghetti western, like a Clint Eastwood movie. They remind me of those types.
You definitely have plenty of drugs and a good laugh.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you missed the big thing. Okay, they were demoing Ed 209
The
at
little
the board
robot thing.
meeting. The robot, the new robot cop, and things went wrong. So Dick Jones was kind of shamed in front of everybody, and Bob Morton, another OCP, a junior executive
This
OCP,
fella.
stepped in. Yeah, he stepped in to say, "Hey, I have this new Robocop program in place. We just have to wait for the right police officer to die, you know, and we'll turn him into Robocop." So there's the short of it. But yeah, you may want to go back and check out that Ed 209 scene. This is creepy. Life flashing before your eyes. Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, I think this is a bit more disturbing than getting shot all those times.
Mm-hmm.
This does a good job of giving a lot of exposition as to who he was and everything as well. That.
Oh yeah. Well, we already knew he was a family man because he talked about imitating T.J. Laser on TV for his son, you know, which I thought was kind of neat, you know.
It's kind of being at the dentist office. See people in your face.
Yeah, I don't like the dentist. So yeah, I mean, I remember being devastated by what happened to this guy, and then suddenly here we are. Wait, what's going on?
Gigawatt said they did a good job on the suit and sound effects for Robocop.
Yeah, the suits. That's amazing. Rob Bottin, who done the effects in the thing, made the suit.
Did he also work on RoboCop 2, or was it just this one?
No, he was credited with the suit creation for it.
Oh, okay.
Or design. I don't think he worked on it. Actually changed. They changed the suit, the way the suit joined together. I think in 2. It took so long to get in and out of it.
I like this complaining. It's like, we saved the arm. We don't want the arm to be saved. We want total prosthetic body. You know, it's just. This is probably my introduction to the concept of the cyborg. Was probably in this movie. I think, yeah.
Okay, so Botten did the Murphy bust that got shot in the head.
Yeah.
I guess this is New Year's.
So ideally, they would just have like a whole army of RoboCops running around the city.
I ideally, this is a test. They're seeing if this will work. Like, they wanted an army of Ed 209s, but Ed 209 had some malfunction issues. Okay. They probably were using a Windows OS on it. I don't know. Okay, I'm just. Ooh. Yeah, we don't quite see him yet. That's good. They keep him in shadow for a while too, which I think is important. You know, you don't get to see him right away.
Yeah, it's a good reveal. It's shadowing what they're seeing as well, isn't it?
Well, let's face facts. OCP cut the pensions. That's a big deal for police officers, and you know they're just wanting to take over. That's what's going on here.
Not that most of them are going to get to survive to get a pension anyway.
I know. Well, plus, yeah, officers are quitting, so that means less staff. So then, and the crime is getting worse, and everything's just going out of control. And I keep thinking OCP is sort of wanting that to happen, so they have an excuse to fully take over.
So the movie kind of predicted the future in a way.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, they knew what was coming. I mean, it's. Of course, I've argued too, dystopias in some ways aren't even commenting on the future. They're commenting about the here and now, just in a futuristic setting. But
yeah, it's the extreme of machines taking over, isn't it? And losing their humanity.
Yeah.
Behind things, which is why this film's so great.
Definitely.
Do either of you have the Robocop hot toy?
Not the hot toys, no. I've got, I think it's either McFarlane one or Neckel.
I didn't realize McFarlane made a RoboCop. I mean, to be fair, I bought some of his Movie Maniac toys back in the day, but I don't know if
I think it was one of the last Movie Maniacs, I think.
I probably missed out on the last round of those, yeah. But I should have picked that up. But I know that they had newer RoboCop figures coming out too. I think even as early as like a year or two ago. I think. Okay, Birdman. I want to know what you think. I'm going to want to know what your thoughts are on RoboCop's gun.
Well, it's a Beretta.
I don't know if you've seen it yet, though.
It's the M93R. It's been modified. They put a longer barrel on it, and a big ass compensator on the end, and a raised sight on the rear.
Yeah. Okay. Good for you.
It fires 3-round burst or single round shots. You can take your pick. It also uses standard 92 Beretta magazine. Not like you can buy one because it's reserved for military and police.
This is Bob just being a dumb CEO. He didn't put the earmuffs on, even though the guy behind him did. You know, it's just.
I will say this: if you're in a indoor shooting range, you will want to have on earmuffs.
Yeah, well, it's just a little detail of his character, right? The arrogance. Like, I don't need to be putting on.
It's still loud, even with earmuffs on inside a shooting range. I hate shooting ranges. I'd rather just shoot outside any day. Now the little metal clinking sound you hear in the theme, that was them hitting on a fire extinguisher with a metal rod.
Huh. I have many favorite parts of this movie. These next three scenes may be my favorite. Him going first night on patrol. All right. You ever been to Detroit, Birdman?
No.
Okay.
So the guy knocking up the convenience store has a Sten gun? That's really bizarre.
I don't know. What if you're what if you're ahead of us? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, whoa, crap. Now I don't know where I'm at. Where are you?
Shit. 3450. 34. Ask RetroReels actually, but I'm at 3455. Maybe like 3450. Try that.
Oh yeah, I'm at 3455.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a Sten gun. That's what the British used in World War II.
I love this scene because, of course, I'd seen 80s action movies before this, so I'm used to this type of character. But this
is one of the infamous scenes that was cut for language in the TV version.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's screaming, "Why me?" instead.
Oh, why me? Oh, of course.
David, that is the same gun used as the basis for the Stormtrooper blaster. Yeah. Okay. The back stock folds up and underneath the barrel, and they shorten the magazine on the side for the Stormtroopers.
I love that scene with the guy screaming.
So Gigawatt and Go Team Ghost Planet are having a debate. Does Robocop have a soul?
We'll table that till the end of the movie, I think.
Okay.
Mate. Yeah.
I think maybe that point is made in the last scene.
For Birdman.
Yeah. So I'm not going to say what's going on. Yeah.
Team Ghost Planet saying, did Murphy survive the body damage, or did he pass it onto the next world? And the corporate people stole his body from the morgue to make a soulless zombie cyborg out of it. Well, Birdman scene number 2, so
we have the answer to this then. Yes. No,
it's not too much of a spoiler for him, but yeah, he was already. Wouldn't say they stole his body. He was already
owned by them. He signed the contract.
He was police departments and earmarked to be put at risk as he was a candidate specifically chosen to be a test subject. They mentioned that previous.
I do like the RoboCop theme that Basil Fedorus wrote.
Mm.
And Retro, you've got this on LP, correct?
Yeah, I've got the original British That's Entertainment Records version, and I've got the Verez version of the second. That's the original there.
Boomer, you got the soundtrack for RoboCop?
No, actually.
But you got
that's a fail. I do have RoboCop 2. I need to get RoboCop. What's the best edition to get?
There's Versaraban release standard. There was an expanded one that had maybe 4 extra minutes of music. From what I looked at, it looked like it had the commercial music on it. And then Entrada did the mother of all soundtracks. It's the complete score. That one runs around $100 on Discogs.
I'm not getting that. What about the second one though? You mentioned, what was that one called? Which brand?
RoboCop 2?
No, the second soundtrack you mentioned, not the standard.
Versaraban did 2 releases. They did a standard and then they did a slightly extended version. It's got 4 extra minutes.
I forgot the reason why I didn't get this. Maybe I didn't know of the Entrada one when it was out.
Where did people in Detroit get all these awesome weapons? That guy's got an Uzi. Damn.
Well, he's the former mayor. He lost the election.
Oh.
So he's screaming, "I want to recount, and I don't care what the result is. I want my old job back." And he's holding the new mayor hostage. Okay.
Gigawatt says Rich Douglas on YouTube has a good version of the Robocop theme. I should look that up.
I love this. Kiss the mayor's ass goodbye. Nope. I love the news. They kept the feet flying up after he falls out because they're horrible. Got to meet in person what their parents only read about in comic books. Excuse me, Robo. Any special message?
That reminds me, Boomer, you said this is a superhero movie.
I consider it a super stay out of trouble. I do love that line. That's like something he would say. I consider it a superhero movie. It's okay if you don't, but I figure it's, he is a
superhero.
I think so. He's fighting villains and he's, got part robot. Come on. It's like, I want this. I want this game.
Nukem?
Nukem, yes.
I see this kind of as a Western.
Who says that?
I just said it because he's the new cop in town cleaning up all the dirt.
Oh no, I've argued the Boddicker Gang reminds me of of one of those gangs in those old Clint Eastwood movies, like the spaghetti westerns. I'm telling you. And I guess what these guys would be the land barons, right?
And this guy ends up getting killed, right?
Dude, just watch.
I'm telling you, it's hard to live like 30-something years and not know the general details of the film.
Did he get made vice president? That's what I was hearing just then. Welcome to the club. Hey, they want to get the hell out of Dodge, as they say.
Now that shot would have been like lost on a pan and scan version.
Yeah, I mean it's not as bad because this is like the what do you call it, the 1885 or.
So, Retro, did you see this as a child in the theater?
Not in the theater. I think I saw this at 12 or 13.
Wow.
Oh, I love his thing. Renovation program, spare parts for 25 years. Who cares if it worked or not?
Team Ghost Planet in the chat is saying, is Murphy like Swamp Thing, a soulless corpse?
Swamp Thing
was a soulless corpse either.
No, Swamp Thing was a
coincidentally though. Swamp Thing was played by one of the baddies, wasn't he? What's his name?
Oh,
wasn't Swamp Thing a man that had like a scientific experiment go wrong?
I think so.
Yeah. Oh.
Eric Mears. Oh, that might be.
Ray Wise,
No, that's the
Leon
new.
Nash.
No, that's the new one. Never mind.
The guy he finds in the club.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out in a minute. Hold on.
Ray Wise. He was the
Oh, I
original
see.
prompt thing.
Was that lady in Total Recall?
Who?
The lady with the big glasses, isn't she like at the recall facility that Arnold goes to get the memory implants?
No, it's a different. I think it's different.
Yeah.
It's an older woman in Total Recall, isn't it?
Yeah, her care was different. I can see the resemblance, the same kind of lab coats, but I remember thinking that it's like, what's he seeing? And I'm assuming it's Clarence in this. Though, I mean, what's showing up on the computer screens, and I'm thinking it's some kind of vision, but it's distorted, right? Because I guess it's his dreams, yeah. But it's.
Right. We went from 2 to 3. It's now 4 people I've identified that are in all 3. The actress that played his wife is also in all 3.
Huh. Look at this. Wait a minute. What's he doing? Thought he's just a piece of property, a soul, an automaton, huh? But no, he's.
Peter Weller worked with, what's this guy's name? Moni, Moni, last name Yakim, Yakim. He's a world famous mime, and he worked with how Robocop should walk and move and everything. And he does move like a machine, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. They're all wondering what's going on. We know what's going on. The audience knows.
So Gigawatt says they originally had the movement be very fluid, but they had to completely change it once he had the suit on.
Interesting. So what, he walked more like a person?
I did read a lot and see a lot of YouTube videos that said, like, in the first movie the suit was just a bitch to be in, but in the second one it was a little bit better. But it was horrible the first go around. Alistair Douglas says, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." Okay, that's cool. You don't have to kill me. I'll go wherever you want to go.
I like that. He's like, no, this guy's a serious. Oh, another one of my favorite scenes. people quote dialogue from this movie all the time. This is the one I like to quote from.
So Gigawatt says they had to like really slow down the movements in the suit.
Now,
I don't think you're allowed to smoke while you're pumping gas.
yeah, I don't think he cares.
Okay.
Here we go. You a college boy or something? I bet you think you're pretty smart. Okay. Now here's the thing. He's doing what he's saying, and he's still harassing the guy.
One thing about the suit is all of the, you never actually see him get in and out of cars. He's either just about to get in or just got out.
Huh.
And when they were shooting it, he'd literally just be sat there in his underwear with just like the chest piece on.
Huh, I didn't know that. I'm glad we get to see the clerk get out of the station before it blows up, because that was like...
David says he's still got some T-shirts from movie work and PR on this film. That's cool.
Nice.
Did you enjoy working the PR department? I imagine you got lots of freebies, which sounds awesome to me.
Is that Cecil from earlier? To do with the glasses? Maybe that's somebody else. I don't know. It's just... This is a restricted area. I like how the double... Oh, sorry.
It's the same guy.
Yeah. I
You're
like
about
how...
30 seconds ahead of us, I think. Or me at least.
All right. Let me pause it for a sec.
No, don't worry. It's all right.
All right.
David said lots of swag from doing PR. I can imagine.
So if this was today, he'd be searching Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe, yeah. But like I said, I think it's the first instance of something similar to what we call the internet now being shown in a movie back then. I mean, this is 89 and 87, but still. It's...
Do you notice they spelt murder wrong there as well?
Huh.
Got no E in it.
I didn't realize. Curious, how does the visor stuff and the TV news stuff come off on the 4K Blu-ray? I know they said that was the one spot that they couldn't really clean up too much because they're really supposed to look like they're not in good high fidelity, right?
It still looks. It's still obviously got the TV look on those bits. Where the 4K really shines is the colors and textures.
Mm.
I think this answers the question of whether he's got a soul or not.
Yeah, I say Murphy is still there. That's what we're figuring out. He's not just some machine property of the corporation. He's still a man. It's just buried in him, it's popping out.
This ties in with Top Gun, doesn't it? It's not the machine, it's the pilot.
Yep. Were you ever a devil for Halloween, Daniel?
No.
I was a devil one year.
Well, you are a ginger, so you're,
Oh, please. It's my teacher said, "Oh, well, they always said redheads are a bit devilish." Yes, I know. Thank you. The thing is, we know what he's going through. We understand all of this. We're like, it's just. I actually have a question. Is this on one of the soundtracks? This club music here?
No. It might be on the entire release.
Okay.
It's not. If you want it, you got to buy this.
What is it? What is that? Ministry. Okay.
I did a recent video about this music.
That's right. Like stuff that's never been released. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't released till about 2002. And then it turned up on this album, which is a all of Ministry's side projects.
Huh.
It's called Show Me Your Spine.
I didn't know. Okay.
We also got a Paul Verhoeven cameo coming up. There. Dancing into the camera. Apparently he was on set showing them how to dance and they swung the camera around and filmed him.
Ha!
And he didn't know about it until they got back to do the edit.
Yeah, David, check out Retro's video on that. It was a really good video. Can you drop the link in the chat on that video?
Yeah, I will do.
He's living the high life. You get my joke?
Well, I hope he's not diabetic because that girl just put powdered sugar all over her boobies.
Yeah, sure she did.
I saw a picture of her the other day. She hasn't aged at all.
Huh.
In 30 years. What I'll do is instead of putting it in the chat, I will comment on the video.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll get lost and you'll be
cool.
And you can watch it afterwards. It doesn't look like I can comment on the video. Remind me at the end and I'll post it.
All right. So is this the first instance of a DVD in a movie? I'm kidding. You just slipped a disc in the play.
Maybe it's a micro laser disc.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's probably what they were thinking. Yeah, all right. I like that grenade. You can still tell it's a grenade, but it's a futuristic grenade.
And this is the powder sugar factory, I presume.
Yeah, the powdered sugar factory, sure. You'd have to wear masks in that place. You'd be kidding. Actually, what I find disturbing is they probably bought one of the old factories and converted it into a cocaine distribution plant. I didn't even think about that. It's...
That guy stood to the side of the guy in a red shirt. It's a well-known stunt man. He's in loads of stuff, eh?
Huh.
He's the cook in Universal Soldier, isn't he?
I think so. It's funny. I watched that for the first time just a couple years ago. But
really,
yeah, for some reason I missed out on that one all this time. But I did watch it finally a couple years back. I love how he dipped the fingers in, but then take a sip out of the glass after he did that. What are you doing? Is it that good a vintage? I do like this exchange. Just kidding. It's like...
It's interesting he doesn't come in and just start blasting everybody away.
Well, he gives them a choice. Come quietly or there'll be trouble.
Yeah.
All right, well, now you're firing.
He's not a vigilante or anything, is he? He goes by the book.
He does, yeah. I mean, you give him a chance to surrender.
This shot coming up with the guy gets pulled back, obviously getting pulled back with a cable is a bit daft.
Huh.
The guy we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Or is it? No, it's the guy in the sow, isn't it? It gets
The guy with the brown shirt next to
pulled
the
back too slowly.
yeah. Gotta keep an eye out for it.
Oh man, red shirt, dude.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, this bit here.
Must be like a holdover from Star Trek.
well,
Look at that. Whoa. I don't know what else he thought was going to happen when he jumped onto that ceiling.
yeah, so he's gonna spill the beans in a minute. I like the captions. I don't know if you're quite where I'm at, but it says bone crunching when he's got his hand around his throat.
Hello,
You
deleted saints. How are you? Good to see you in the chat tonight. We're watching RoboCop. Timestamp, Boomer.
I don't know if I'm off from you guys actually. Why? It's not showing my seconds anymore.
I'm on 107.49.
Thank you, RetroReels.
Oh, I probably didn't hit info. That's why. Yeah, I think I'm a little ahead of you. Let me pause.
Were you watching this on Boomer? The DVD?
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
I think I started a little later than you though, because I thought I had it unpaused on the MGM logo. It's the unrated version. I spent whole $5 on it.
$5 well spent.
No, but it's funny because it's funny. I buy my sister sometimes for birthdays or Christmas. I get her like 80s movies, and I did get her the Arrow version of RoboCop on Blu-ray, so she actually got a much nicer edition than what I have. Of course, this is still a good edition, but like I said, I had the Criterion, then I had the double disc set that MGM came out with later, which was a good set, but it still wasn't Blu-ray, so I upgraded again. But now it's on 4K Blu-ray, but so you guys at the scene where he's going into OCP?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm caught up with you guys. Now, of course, one thing that separates him from a regular cop is he's got those 4 directives, right?
Fourth one is can you not kill an OCP person or arrest
How do
them?
you know this? I thought you said you hadn't seen
I've
it.
seen every YouTube video on RoboCop that there is.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I've just never sat down and watched the film.
But this is the big shocking thing, because you're wondering, he's going to arrest Dick Jones, and this was actually pretty smart for Dick Jones to put that in there. Like I said, he's got some good villains he's going up against in this. I mean, they're not like like super type villains, but they're pretty good villains. And of course, he's got Ed 209 to face off against too. So I don't know. I still say superhero. Oh. Look at him laughing. I'll say this one way this is an 80s movie is that I always thought 80s movies had the best villains. Results in shutdown.
Problems with my camera keeps cutting out for some reason.
Speaking of what is ED209's big weakness?
Well,
I don't remember seeing that in a YouTube video.
you can find out when you watch the when you watch this movie. Okay. I remember getting so excited because we get the reintroduction of Ed 209 here, and oh my word, this is what I want to see. This is why I became a fan of movies. Let's be blunt. This because of movies like this. This is. Like this is the first time, and I like how he walks in the background right after Ed 209. That's a good effect there. It's just so simple, but it's.
Yeah, all of this, basically all the live action was filmed, and then Phil Tippett would rear project the footage and then animate the model winding on the film each frame as he animated.
I think I saw a making of it on Showtime or something. I think back in the day they had like a making of special for this because there was a big deal that Showtime got this, so they were promoting it a lot, and they were.
So it's stairs?
And I love the way it's thrashing around and squealing like a child. It's just I'm sorry. That's brilliant.
Something's going majorly wrong with my computer.
Oh, sorry.
Well, film's just started playing again.
We'll give you a timestamp if you need it. All right.
I'm still carrying on playing, but it's just opened up another window.
Oh, with the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
For some reason, just my camera keeps cutting out as well. I don't know what's going on.
Huh. Now, I do like the fact that you have other police officers defending Robocop, saying, "Don't shoot him. He's a cop. What are you doing?" So that's important because we don't want to act like the whole police force is against him. Obviously not. So that was good. And I noticed that a lot of these are the SWAT team guys we saw earlier with the mayor. That was with the one guy. And he's taking a beating here. Here we have Lois to the rescue.
Oh, it's got a dinosaur in this movie.
Yes, I love this commercial.
Coming this summer, Jurassic Park 12.
No, it's before then. Look, 6,000 SUX. Look, even the dinosaurs intimidate. You see, that's a great commercial. I love the car is called Sucks, basically.
Oh, I guess it kind of does.
It's just Oh, yeah, I liked how among them two former would retire to the Santa Barbara area. This damn morning for a country. Move on, next topic.
What was Retro's problem with the computer?
What computer, huh? What?
Retro.
all sorts is going on there.
Okay.
Video keeps cutting out.
Sorry about
film
that.
started randomly playing again from the start, but carrying on.
Oh, I love this guy. Oh no, you're on your own. It's the law of the jungle. I put that guy on TV. It's he's like the one guy says they're not supposed to strike or whatever. Yeah, that's the no. Don't interview. Just a random moron on the street. Just okay. You can keep the gum. Little details like the fact they're having to remodel the office because it just got destroyed by the fight between Robocop and 209 the night before. I like that. That's
Eric Woods in the house.
This is where I'd rather be than where I was.
Well, we're happy to have it.
Do you need a timestamp, Eric?
Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a timestamp?
Yes, please.
Okay. Boomer, what you got? Every time I touch my screen, it freezes.
Here, I'll see what I can do. I have
like 118.56.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 119.
Okay.
What you just said, Birdman's bang on to what I've got.
Okay. Yeah, go with what Birdman said. All right.
Like
I'm now 119.10.
119.10. All right. I'm just a couple seconds behind.
Where am I? All right. I'm like 10 seconds ahead, I think. Let me pause it for a second.
So mine keeps stuttering.
Is there any violence in Showgirls?
Yes. Brutal sexual violence.
Yeah, that scene in the pool, man.
Right.
Yeah, not that kind of violence. There's a nasty rape in it.
No, you're getting to the good stuff here.
It's all the good stuff, though. I've argued. I don't know if there's a wasted scene in this movie. It's just it's. But yeah, this is good. I think my favorite part of the movie is still his first night on patrol. But yeah, this is up there.
Yeah.
Birdman had to duck out, and he missed the Ed 209.
Yeah,
scene at the beginning of the movie.
That's the best.
His dog's racked up. You have to go and rewatch the Ed 209 scene. Watch it right before going to bed, okay? Half the force didn't show up to work today. Everyone else walks out at midnight. I guess we're on strike.
So you enjoying the movie so far?
I think it's a good story. It's kind of violent in parts.
Yeah. What was your message to me? You said Robocop is a bit violent at times.
Yeah.
I said a bit.
I thought the scene where he got killed was a little
That's messed up.
excessive.
I don't know. I don't know though. I think here's the thing. I remember the director of Candyman. He made the argument that in a lot of ways, you know, by showing what the victim is going through, it's better than just having it be less gratuitous. You know, I don't know.
Mm.
He said something to that effect.
I don't think he did it for shock value. I think it's part of the story. I mean, because he gets torn apart, and that's why he's only a head and some of his torso, right? Did they manage to save one of his arms? I can't remember.
No, they were going to. They did
Right.
save one of the arms, and Bob Jones said, "No, take it, get rid of the arm." I said, "Total body prosthesis, get rid of the arm." He got angry about that. Remember that?
So I think that's important to show just how absolutely traumatic it was too, because he keeps having those nightmares.
Murphy had a wife and son. What happened to them? It's interesting though. He is speaking about Murphy in the third person.
Right.
I don't think he quite knows. Yeah, but
David brings up the point that the showdown that they're getting to is shot in outside Pittsburgh. And having been to Pittsburgh recently, Pittsburgh sucks. It's kind of scary. And Gigawatt, I enjoy the score by Basil Podorus. I really like the Robocop theme that he wrote, kind of like a march, but not like a full march. I don't have the soundtrack. I probably do need to buy it, but I've spent a lot of money this week already on soundtracks. So if I can delay it till next week, I will feel a little bit better about my self-control. But having said that, I probably won't delay it till next week. So
I like he's getting annoyed. He's like, I'm trying to watch the TV. So he smashes it's the police strike.
Well, you've missed it for the last 30 years. I don't think another week's going to matter.
probably right.
Happy birthday. She's for me. Well, can I have you both? I don't even know. We both had our shots. It's just like, oh. I'd buy that for $1. Did not show up in the sequel, did it?
No. I don't think it did.
No.
It was in the third one, though, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It wasn't the same guy.
Boo. I like that, but a brand new, still got the factory sticker on it. Yes. What do you...
So is that a 50 cal?
Look, check this out.
Have you got one of them, Birdman?
No, I don't have anything that big.
Surprised you don't open your packages with it.
Yeah, Ian made a joke about it. He's like, I keep expecting to see a chainsaw. And I'm like,
We had that great line earlier when he asked Dick Jones, "You have access to military weapons," and he says, "We practically are the military." Remember that? Just
I think I read that this was a street that was being earmarked to be demolished, and they just let them get on with it.
huh. It's like in a Phantasm 2. I think the house that blows up in that was earmarked to get torn down anyway. So they told Don Coscarelli, you can blow it up, you know. So that was.
They did that with Invasion USA with the housing estate, didn't they?
Oh, really? Okay, so those were, I guess, those were earmarked to get torn down too.
It was the housing estate was due to be taken down to make another runway for the airport, so they let them blow all the houses up.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So by him taking off his helmet, it's kind of like he's becoming a bit more human at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that she got him baby food because that's what the paste looked like. Yeah, what would a cyborg eat? I know that on Ghost in the Shell, the cyborgs would eat gluten that had some kind of nanomites in it to trick the brain into thinking they were eating like an actual sandwich, or it was basically just gluten.
I do think they did a nice job making the M93R look like a good gun, because in reality, I think it's the only ugly gun Beretta's ever made.
Look, this is the future version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm saying the present day version of it's not very attractive.
I'm just saying. Oh, I know what's coming now. Another great line. Nothing fancy, just kill him. This isn't tying him up tying him to the table and having a laser go. This isn't like a James Bond villain. Just kill him. We're not.
Yeah, no talk. Just
get rid of him. And I do appreciate that. Oh.
Considering how all the other baddies die, that first guy that gets shot is so unspectacular.
You're right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because Daniel, this is the best part coming up.
This scene coming up was also altered for the TV version. In the TV version, he swerves around him. Doesn't actually hit him.
It doesn't, huh? Okay.
Oh, do I need a roadmap to see where that's going?
I have no words. Let's let it play out. Oh man, help me!
Yeah.
Oh,
That's kind of
that's what
kind of morbid, maybe.
Well, this is why you don't drive headfirst into a tub of toxic waste.
Well, that's very true, Boomer. There's probably some OSHA violation there that it wasn't like surrounded by a fence, too.
Yeah, probably. I love that the hubcap flies off. I don't know if that was accidental. Yeah. Oh, okay.
someone gonna like shoot him or something?
You'll see.
You'll see.
Keep going. Keep watching.
After it happens, you guys give me another time code because I think I might be way ahead of you.
All right.
1:30:45.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
We're on the director's cut, Eric.
Uh,
I don't know if that makes a difference this late on into the film.
glad I ate supper 4 hours ago.
I think
Did
I'm on
you-
the director's cut.
Hey, well, he got put out of his misery, don't you think, huh?
Although he didn't actually die because the character returned as Pugface in the TV series.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Oh,
Wow.
Remember they had a RoboCop animated series too.
Yeah, can you believe that?
And Clarence Boddicker was a reoccurring villain on it, supposedly. I'm like, did he have a scar around his neck, huh? It's like, come on. It's like somebody made the joke there should have been a Filmation Dirty Harry cartoon for kids. That should have been the next thing. You know, come on. It's like
I don't know if it's visible in this version, but there is a version of this where Clarence gets it. You can see a crew member stood behind him
huh.
against the wall.
You're taking this kind of personal. Good on Lois there.
So really great with the music here. It actually sounds like there's something going wrong with the music.
Mm.
You know, that sort of skew.
Oh, okay.
What?
There you go. He was there. I just spotted a crew member stood behind.
Oh.
And there he is again behind him on the right, behind the car. How they ended up doing that, I don't know.
What fell out of his neck? Was that his Adam's apple? Like, I was trying to figure out.
Well, I think if you shoved something that big in your artery and pulled it out, there would be a
It was
bunch
just
of
like, pulling a cork out.
Okay.
yeah. But let's not dwell on that, shall we? Let's move on to
Whatever. Clarence had it
You love
coming.
it.
move on to like unicorns and rainbows and Krispy Kreme donuts.
No.
No, Ed 209s.
Yeah. I love that 209. Look at that. You're illegally parked on private property.
You're illegally parked. Great gags. Just the legs. I forgot.
It's
about
like
that.
I don't have time for this shit right
Yeah.
now. That's what he was thinking. It's like,
Animation's incredible.
I'm telling you, it's movies like this that would turn you as a kid into a film buff. Just watching
Yeah.
this stuff. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't know how many times I watched this as a kid. Like this was one I would. I think I recorded off cable, and then I just kept playing it over and over again. And you know, it's like, and even if I already had it on tape, it was on. I would just watch it when it was on. You know, it's like,
Did your dad like this movie, Boomer?
yeah, he liked it. I don't know. I mean, I don't remember. Yeah, he liked it well enough. Sure. I mean, it doesn't portray the police. I mean, the SWAT team doesn't come out looking so good in this, but the other cops are fine.
Yeah, the little details that Phil Tippett adds into his animation, it's that's just what makes it seem real. I mean, though, for all the great special effects that are in this film, it's amazing how much they screwed this next one up.
Well,
right?
It's a case of the wrong lens used or something, because they've
Is that what
actually
it
shown
was?
the model before, and the model is in perspective. But when you see the shot, it looks like his arms are like twice as long as they should be.
Especially, I mean, we're in the same year that we have one of the greatest falls of all time in Die Hard.
Die Hard, right?
That was that was legit for real though, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Walk off the roof very calmly.
That scene in Die Hard with Alan Rickman, the look of shock in his face.
Yeah.
I heard that they dropped him. They said they were going to let him go on 3, and they just went 1 and let him go.
Yeah.
That's why he looks the way he did, and it's so effective.
Yeah, those arms are a little long,
Aren't they?
That's it, yeah.
I just love these scenes, like especially the first Ed 209 thing. It's just like they just kind of go on with business. It's like, that just clean that up and we'll continue the meeting. You know, we got a scene here where he's fixing his tie, you know, thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. And
They should have just said like, "Oh, any other business?"
yeah.
but I like that's nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy. There we go. Murphy. He is Murphy.
Right.
He is still the man he was. There we go. He's not just some machine.
Yeah. That's
All right. It's
What did
funny.
you think, Birdman?
It's violent in some parts.
Yeah.
You keep mentioning that like you don't like that part of it.
I mean, sometimes it's kind of disturbing. It gets a little graphic. I think it's a good film. It seems like Paul Verhoeven for sure. You know.
Did you think this was more violent than Total Recall?
I feel like the violence in Total Recall was done in passing. This seems to dwell on it a little bit more.
All right. I do remember the scene with Michael Ironside getting his arms severed from him.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little disturbing. And I enjoy Total Recall, but I've always said it's a little bit violent at times.
Oh my goodness.
That's what makes it good.
So LA Confidential rewatch soon, huh? No, I'm kidding. LA Confidential was known because we had I remember I was overhearing a teacher's conversation and he was saying that one of his students, he said, he kept telling me to watch LA Confidential. Is it violent? No, it's not violent at all or something. And he goes to see LA Confidential. At 209. Love these credits, huh? Simple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like go on forever. Robocop. Yeah, this was the big one. It's kind of funny because usually it would be Sly or Arnold, but this movie had neither. But it's still one of the best action movies ever made, or you know,
And all the better for it.
yeah.
Eric, when did you first see this film?
Oh my God. I think it was in the 90s. I mean, there's a point where I saw like all the R-rated movies in the early 90s. You know, the Die Hards and Lethal Weapons and all that sort of stuff. So I probably caught this one on. We have I don't know if it's still around. There's a television station, City TV. It's now part of a bigger network here in Canada. But like after 10 o'clock, they would just play all the violent stuff. You know, it was and it was uncut. Right. It was completely uncut. So that's when they played the Baby Blue movies. So it was just all the nudity, all the soft, you know, core kind of porn films. So it was after 10 o'clock. It was like anything goes. So all the good stuff was on after that. So like Saturday night, you could watch 2 awesome movies that were just uncut, all the swearing, all the violence. And that was an awesome channel. And they play movies every night. But there was a point, I think it was like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, where after that, the CRTC here in Canada didn't care. So you could just play whatever you want. So, yeah, I think I caught it on television. And then eventually, I picked it up on video and then DVD. And it's just, if I get stuck with nothing to watch, I'll put this on and just have a great time.
It really never gets old. I'll say that. This is one of the most rewatchable movies I think I've ever seen.
It's so quotable. It's
yeah.
so, but there's just so much movie magic in this movie, and I think that sometimes gets lost. I mean, I know everybody likes the Ed 209, but I mean, even just the design of Robocop himself is just so iconic.
Oh yeah,
I remember watching that trailer, and they showed him stepping out of the vehicle, and they pull up to his face, and it just, I mean, if you get that design wrong, you're laughed off the screen. And it's Stan Winston, though. Is it a Stan Winston? I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Robbo Team.
So, but it's such an iconic, like when you think of RoboCop, I mean, this is kind of what you would hope it would look like. He's just a complete badass. But what I also like about it is that it's a film that has emotional weight to it. I don't know if too many films would get away with the family dynamic and all the loss and grief that Murphy went through, and make that work. All, surrounded behind one of the most violent movies you've ever seen. And I think that Verhoeven was probably maybe the only director that could get away with making a movie like this at that time. And I'm glad he did. I'm glad he was given the control that he had to make this film.
What happened to Verhoeven with Hollywood? Was it because of Starship Troopers? Why was he never given like big movies? What happened?
Well, he was trying to work on, what was that kind of sword and sorcery movie he wanted to do with Schwarzenegger?
The Crusade. He wanted to do a Crusade movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that would do it.
And that would have been amazing. But I just think there's a limitation with Hollywood that he couldn't stand. He came from Europe where it's just a lot more lenient with sex and violence. And he came here and tried to incorporate that into the Hollywood system. And I'm, again, shocked he got away with the films that he did. And I'm pretty sure that some of it was, hampered with. I'm sure he would have gone a lot farther with Basic Instinct, would have got a lot farther with some of the other movies that he did, even though those are pretty extreme. And I think Showgirls was one where he was like, man, I'm going to show you what I think of, sex and nudity and all that sort of stuff. And nobody got Starship Troopers. That's the thing. Nobody understood it. I didn't. I saw it for the first time. I'm like, well, that was a piece of crap. It was just,
really?
I felt, then again, I'm 20 and just, I had no idea, especially with the kind of like a satire. It's me, the joke, and it just flew over top of my head. And so once I saw it and understood it and got why it was made the way it was, I mean, I thought the special effects were great. I thought the score was amazing, but I just felt like, the acting's all garbage. But I'm like, man, that was all done on purpose. and they, you know what I mean? And then I finally got, why it was made, how it was made, and what it was saying. So it took me a while to appreciate it. And it's a film that I watch and I appreciate it even more every time I watch it. So I watched it about 6 months ago and I'm like, I cannot believe I didn't like this when I first saw it. And hopefully we see it again soon. And I'm just going to have a great time with it.
Speaking of which, what movie are we doing next time? Did we decide on Showgirls for next time, or?
It was Showgirls next week, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
just making sure.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Okay. Just making sure.
I will start my research tomorrow.
Sorry?
I will start my research tomorrow.
You need to go back and watch RoboCop.
Yes, you do.
To be watched properly
You need
at least 3 times to get everything.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. There's a lot that you need to take in. I think now you've watched it, and you're kind of shocked and whatever. But then I think you go back, and much like a lot of Verhoeven movies, you really got to now go, all right, I'm going to concentrate on special effects, or I'm going to concentrate on the actor, or I'm going to concentrate on these little things that I might have missed. They need about 3 or 4 viewings to truly like appreciate. Although Showgirls it gets more laughably bad each viewing, and I love it for it. I can't wait to see it with you guys. I haven't seen it with a group of people. I just keep seeing it with myself, and I try to get my wife to watch because I'm like, you guys, this is going to be the most hilarious movie you ever watched.
it can't be worse than Nick Cage, Wicker Man, is it?
That's no.
See, that's so bad it's good too.
Okay, yeah, because I'm wondering if is it in the same vein? Is that what you're saying? Because
because
after taking the Nick Cage Wicker Man, and I just started laughing at realizing how absurd the entire thing was.
And I think that's what Showgirls is like. It really wants to take the subject matter seriously, and they have the wrong actress in the lead role, and it's just utterly absurd. And God, Elizabeth Berkley, what a gem she is in it, man, because she's terrible. I can't wait. I can't wait because it's just it's such a strange film.
So many different layers.
Yes,
of the story.
It's so strange. It really is. But although actually it's quite it's great to look at. It's really well shot. But it's so bad. Like bad. The writing is god awful.
Boomer,
isn't that
Showgirls?
What's that? Showgirls.
Boomer?
What?
Have
yes.
you not seen,
I haven't, but I will watch it before the stream next time.
Okay. Well,
I've had it on Blu-ray, just haven't gotten around to watching it.
I think you're supposed to wait until we can see it first time together.
No.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
I want to. That's what's so great about this. I want to see your reactions, your initial reactions live.
All right, all right. You
Do
want me to not watch it beforehand? Is that right?
I think you're gonna ruin our fun.
Okay. All right. I'll give it a look.
But we should. I mean, it would be great if just a whole pile of people were on the stream at the same time because it's a riot. It's just an absolute riot.
Good old Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell.
And that's the most shocking part about it.
I'm so excited.
Yes. Well,
I remember
think about that.
That's where she got addicted to no-dos. I remember that episode.
So think about that scene. And she kind of ramps it up to about 6 million. She's terrible.
Saved by the Bell.
She's so bad.
And there's something with dog chow or something like that,
Well, don't tell me what that is.
That's a great
line.
Like
dog food. That's like all I know. But
it's absurd. It is so absurd. Somebody wrote that and thought, yeah, that's clever. There's so much to discuss, and I want to hear you guys. I want to hear your reactions when you first see it and hear some of this. And I mean, who knows? This might actually turn out to be your favorite movie of all time. And I really don't want to. I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, don't go into it with high hopes.
Okay.
There's just so much. God, everything is so exaggerated and over the top. And
it's got Kyle MacLachlan's in it, right?
Yes, he is
from Twin Peaks. I remember. Yeah. Okay, I remember hearing he was in it.
Yeah.
And there are several Twin Peaks in the film. That was kind of funny.
Joe Esterhaus wrote Showgirls. What else has he done?
Didn't he sell it for $1 million a screenplay?
Must have.
Was that the one he said he sold a screenplay for $1 million? I think it was that one.
He made some bank for it. I remember that.
Oh my God, he wrote Basic Instinct. I cannot believe.
Yeah.
That's the same guy.
Or no, maybe he's the guy that wrote Basic. Maybe was it? What did he get the $1 million for? Was the Showgirls or Basic Instinct? I think I have a book by his on my shelf. By him on my shelf. American something. I think I ended up with it in like a raffle, and I held on to it. I think I do have a Joe Esterhaus book somewhere.
Yeah,
like
he
his
won
autobiography or something. It's like his memoir.
He won the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Screenplay for Showgirls. He wrote Flashdance. He wrote Sliver. That's another Sharon Stone vehicle.
That's another movie I have, Flashdance, that I haven't watched yet, but I have the DVD. It came with like covered in a leg warmer. I'm not kidding.
Flashdance, I think, is one of those movies that the soundtrack is freaking awesome, and then you watch the film, you're like disappointed.
Right. Oh my God, he sold Showgirls for $2 million.
Good for him.
Wow.
And then he blew it all in Vegas, right?
Think about it though. The film on the home video market generated more than $100 million. I mean, it flopped once. One, it's NC-17. It's never going to make its money back. Two, it's just a bad movie. But it would cost $45 million. It made $37 million at the box office, but then just absolutely kicked ass on video rentals. And it became MGM's top 20 all-time bestsellers.
Wow.
Oh, unbelievable. And there is a special edition. There's some more graphic footage and deleted scenes, but
Well,
it's
I don't know
become
which
this
version
cult
I
classic.
have.
Yeah.
I gotta see which.
I'm pretty. There's like an R-rated version, and then there's the.
Well, which version are we watching?
Well, hopefully it's the NC-17.
I'm
pretty sure that's what's out there.
Now I got to see what I got on Blu-ray. Hold on. All right.
So for its premiere, Verhoeven prepared an R-rated cut for rental outlets that would not carry the NC-17. The edited version runs 3 minutes shorter and deletes some of the more graphic footage.
Well, we don't want to watch that one then.
We don't want to watch that one.
No, not if it's cut.
Although, yeah, I mean, there's a pretty disturbing scene kind of later on in the film. Yeah. Holy smokes. It's an experience watching this thing.
Did he also write
We need to give Birdman the full force of it.
Yeah.
No watering down.
Sorry, what else did he write?
Jade?
I don't think he wrote Jade. His credits: Fist, Flashdance, Blue Thunder, Jagged Edge, Big Shot, Hearts of Fire, Betrayed, Checking Out, Music Box, Basic Instinct, Nowhere to Run, Sliver, Showgirls. Oh, he did write Jade. Oh my God, paid $1.5 million for 2-page outline plus $400,000 for the executive producer credit. So you're all right. White Night Stand paid a record $2.5 million for a 4-page outline with an additional $1.5 million to be paid once filming gets started.
What am I doing wrong with my life? My God.
I don't know. Then he did Telling Lies in America, an Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn, and then he did Children of Glory. That's it. Wow.
That's all you need to do if you're making that kind of bank.
Why are those scripts worth so much? He got $3 million for Basic Instinct.
You know, it's not the quality of your work. It's just what someone's willing to pay you for your work.
Yes.
Basic Instinct's a good script.
I think it is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But man, that's unbelievable. Oh, so wait, what Showgirls won? What? Oh, okay. Dallas Fort Worth Film Critics Association Awards. So like, I'm seeing all these wins, but it was for worst film, worst picture. Aren't they the same? Worst director, worst actress. Golden Raspberry. Oh, I guess that's what they are. Oh. Worst song, worst new star, worst screen couple, any combination of two people or two body parts. Worst screenplay. And then in the Golden Raspberry Awards in 1999, it won worst picture of the decade.
Of the decade? Wow.
Yeah. And the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, it won worst picture. But it did get a Satellite Award nomination for best DVD extras, which I have never seen. But that would be interesting to watch. And there was an off-Broadway musical called Showgirls the Musical. I mean, this thing has just been living on.
There's also several sequels as well, isn't there?
Is there?
No way.
Yeah, straight-to-video ones, I think.
Wow.
Showgirls 2, Pennies from Heaven.
Who'd they get to be in the sequels?
2011.
Is there really?
I think might be another spin-off as well.
Well, Deleted Scenes join us next week, same time for Showgirls.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe again I'm missing the boat, but I just don't feel like this one was supposed to be as satirical as, let's say, Starship Troopers or a spoof on. I don't know. I didn't get that vibe from it. I just felt it was awful from start to finish. I think it was supposed to be like a Basic Instinct film. but they just screwed it up. But you might be right. I don't know.
I think it's more evident it's a clash of cultures not working quite right.
Oh, here we go. I got the NC-17 version.
Oh, okay.
All right. It's the 15th anniversary 15th anniversary sensational edition.
Don't watch it
Yes,
with your
that's
mother.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't planned on doing that, but yeah. I wonder, is the DVD included also? This came with the DVD as well.
So here's everybody who was supposed to play Elizabeth Berkley's role. So Pamela Anderson, Drew Barrymore, Angelina Jolie,
Okay.
Vanessa,
but they're not in the movie.
yeah, Vanessa Merkel. I think I know who she is. Jenny McCarthy, Denise Richards, and Charlize Theron.
That makes sense because she was in Starship Troopers.
Right. So Berkley, they all turned down the role, and Berkley got it following the cancellation of Saved by the Bell. She signed on to play the role. Yeah, Madonna, Sharon Stone, Sean Young, Daryl Hannah all turned down the script because they thought the script was sexist. Yeah. But they were all. But those four were considered for the Crystal Connors role. Madonna would have been something else in that. I think Madonna would have been neat, honestly. She could have really hammed it up in that role.
I think she would have been too old at that time.
Nah, she did Body of Evidence around the same time, didn't
she? She would have been. I mean, this is mid-90s. She's still okay there, and she has to play an older. It's a character for an older.
Is that the Gina Gershon character?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
She says "darling" all the time, right?
Darling.
I
think it's Darling.
She's like,
you've been taking little peeks at it, haven't you, Dan?
I saw the honest trailer of it, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. After we're done next week, you got to watch some of the TV version of it because it is hysterical how they were trying to cover everything up with really bad CGI black bras or like bikini tops. And of course, like the animation's all kind of like, it's all over the place and trying to cover stuff that jiggles, and it's crazy. And it's not very good.
Did you know I think I have a copy of the movie Crank that comes with an audio language track that's the TV language edit? Remember the Jason Statham movie Crank?
Oh,
and
really?
You can just hear the all the replacement cuss words and everything.
Oh, no kidding. That's like, dude, they should do a version of like with was it Die Hard 2? All the TV.
I've got that TV cut of Die Hard 2.
That's fantastic.
Oh.
That is amazing.
Apparently, the 4K Blu-ray recently released of Death Wish 2 has the TV cut included.
Wow.
Which I don't know.
Didn't know Death Wish 2 had come out in 4K.
I believe in North America it has. I don't know if it's made its way over to Europe yet, but the version that came out of here, it has the apparently it has the TV edit. The TV edit's on a standard Blu-ray though, not in the 4K Blu-ray. But
Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome, yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Well, everyone, I hope they enjoyed RoboCop tonight. It was an eye-opening movie for me.
You just sound so disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I thought the scene where he got killed was a little over the top.
Have we traumatized you?
I don't know if I'm traumatized. I'll probably sleep okay tonight, but I thought it was a little over the top. And when Clarence got the thing in his throat, that was a little disturbing. But
you wait till we get onto the horrors.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cool.
Showgirls next week, everyone. Must be over 29 years old to watch that show.
Yeah.
Now you just by saying that I had a picture of Norman Bates from Psycho sneaking showgirls and his mother yelling at him in the background. Watching that movie.
Well, I'm glad I could join you guys for the last half an hour. That was this is the best part of my night. So
all right.
Thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
And I have exceeded 20 hours of live streaming this month.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Congratulations.
I'm in the big times now. So
yeah.
Thank you all for joining the journey with me.
All right, cool.
But Retro, you got any videos coming up?
I'm working on a few.
Okay.
I've got about 8 different things in the pipeline at the minute.
Doing
little bits and bobs on. But...
Retro, did you want to pay something at the end of the stream? Was it? Was there a link?
Yeah, I did put it in the chat.
You did put it in there.
Put it in the comments.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Once we're done, for some reason, there's no comments section on the video at the minute.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Once we finish the live, I think it will be there.
Boomer, right, cool. You guys go Sunday?
Yep. Geeky Geezers. I'll be on Sunday 9 p.m.
Okay.
Trying to figure out if this Joker sequel rumor is true. Please don't make
Harley Quinn
and a musical. It's a bad. Yeah. Lady Gaga. Is she going to be performing Joker face in the movie?
Joker face instead of poker face.
Yeah. Pretty much. I want it. This is somebody trolling us. This can't be real. But anyway, we'll talk more about it then. Yeah.
Well, I thought the Joker was going to be just like a disaster, and I saw it, and I'm like, wow, that was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
So I have faith in them to do it all over again. I think I'm not worried about it.
Well, we'll see. I did see House of Gucci with Lady Gaga, and that was an experience.
Eric, you got anything coming up? Eric?
Sorry, I didn't. Nothing came through. What was that?
Oh, you got anything coming up?
I'm about to upload a new show with a Canadian composer, Amin Bhatia. My friend David Casina was actually really good friends with him and did the interview a few months ago. So that goes up tomorrow.
Okay.
And then just still working on a few other things, and just trying to come up with some new ideas that I could do for the show. But we're just still rolling along.
Okay. But everyone, adopt, don't shop, keep listening to great film music. Next week, Showgirl, viewer discretion highly advised. And I hope I don't lose any subscribers over the show. Take care, and we'll see you next time.